Hello everyone, welcome back to LifeChat with me, Karima. I am so glad you're here. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I want to welcome you. Don't forget to check out my other videos and subscribe. So many of you already know my story about my breast implant illness that I had. I had breast implants for almost 20 years. I had 2 sets. My second set, unfortunately, I had a rupture on my left side that made me extremely ill, and I explanted about 3 to 4 years ago. I took them out and was done with them. Because of what I went through, I wanted to share my story as much as possible on YouTube and other social media, just to help any women out there who are struggling like I did, or who are contemplating in getting an explant done. So I made about 7 or 8 videos to just talk about different things, share my story of how I started with implants and what happened to me. I also share the story about how I overcame my depression, how I worked out and regained my muscles back, how I massaged to get some healing, which that was actually on one of my papers when I was discharged by my doctor. It actually does mention that I should massage. I know some doctors don't say anything about that. But I did different videos in helping, with as much information as I can. So this video is going to be about the procedure itself. I did not make one yet, and I thought, you know what? I've had so many people reach out to me about so many different questions. Why not make a video about what the procedure looked like? What happens before, during, and after? When you get your explant done. And of course, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I would be happy to answer any questions that you may have. As always, I am willing to help. I am willing to support any woman out there who is going through a hard time with this stuff, because it's a mess. It really is, and it's a scary situation to be in. And if I can help one person, then I've done my job, and that's really what I want to do. So to begin with, I talked to my surgeon. And so we decided, I'm going to go ahead and take them out. He wanted me to come in for a pre-op. So I went in to get like a physical. And he also wanted me to do a mammogram. He said, I want to send you to get a mammogram done so that I know what I'm getting into. Since you have, capsular contracture on one side and it's very elevated, I want to see what the problem is. And so I went in for that. Unfortunately, it did not pick up my rupture, as I've told you guys before in the other videos. Even though I had the mammogram done, it didn't show any complications, any problems on that side until he went in and took the implant out. And that's when we found out that, oh my Lord, it's been open for a long time, and it was yellow and nasty. And I was, getting sick by the day, and it was just awful. So I'm just glad that we're able to catch that out and take him out. So during my pre-op, after seeing everything was good, they went ahead and gave me a paper to let me know what to do the day before surgery. The first thing I needed to do was confirm my surgery, obviously, for the next day. The second thing was to not eat anything after midnight. Now, I could have a sip of water or something like that 6 hours before surgery. My surgery was about at 7 in the morning, and I had to be there at 5:40 in the morning. And so, they did tell me, you can have a sip of water 6 hours before surgery, but nothing after that. The other thing was to take a shower and wash really good with dial soap. And so I did that. And of course, not to wear any kind of cream or anything like that, or perfume or makeup, or bring any kind of jewelry with you, which, I wouldn't do that anyway. But, they just said not to do all those things. And so I did exactly what they said. So the next day we showed up for surgery, and it was about 5:40. I was the first person there. I was a little nervous because I've had these implants for 20 years. So I was excited, but I was nervous. I couldn't wait to get some relief from the pain and the burning that I've been experiencing for 2 years. So I went in, and the lady brought me into this room, set me in this little lazy boy thing. And she's like, okay, we'll change into this. And she gave me a gown. She gave me like this paper plastic underwear to change into. She said, go ahead and wear all this stuff, and I'll be back. She gave me some socks for my feet, because it was cold. And She came back, talked to me a little bit, told me about what they were going to do. And then she put some medication inside my IV. And the next thing you know, I don't remember anything. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't remember them taking me back, doing surgery or anything like that. I didn't wake up until I was in the car, until my husband was actually driving me home. And that's when I was like, where am I? And he's like, well, you're done. And then, of course, I passed out. When you have surgery, you're kind of in and out. So he got me home. But the one thing that I did, before you go to surgery, take a pillow with you. That really saved me, because what I did is I took the pillow and I embraced it, because when you're driving right after surgery, I know you're still, dozing off, and, you still have anesthesia and stuff like that, but, you can still feel a little bit of pain, if it starts waking up. So what I did is I brought a pillow with me and I just kind of hugged it, and it kind of helped, keep my breast in place, even though they're nice and, they're pretty much protected, because they take a wrap and wrap them really good. It just kind of helps to have something to hold on to. So I did that, and that helped me a lot. And also we got the place ready, like before we went to surgery. Like, I set up my bed and put my stuff there next to me, and my medicine and things like that. And it just really helped a lot. So they gave me some medication. I also had drains. So my drains had to be emptied every so often, which my husband had to do for 3 days. The medicine I had was, they gave me some pain medication, antibiotics, and anti-nausea medicine, because I usually get very, very nauseated with stuff like that. So they gave me those things, and I just followed up with that, what my husband did, for the first 3 days, because I was kind of out of it. But I was on medication for about 5 days. The first 2-3 days, he stayed on top of that, like every 2 or 3 hours. But then after that, it just, it was like only once a day, for a little bit. The one thing I would tell you, ladies, if you are going to go to your post-op appointment and they're going to take the drains out, make sure you take some medication before you go, like maybe an hour, if you can. Take maybe a pain med, or I don't know, something to help you, because when I went in and she took those tubes out, oh my gosh, she just pulled them up so quickly, especially my left side where the ruptured was. My breast was already so tender, and he had to do so much scraping in there to get everything out, because I had everything taken out, including the capsule. I had the implants and the capsules taken out. And so my breast was very tender, and she just pulled that out, and I didn't take anything before I went. So make sure you take some medication before you go. Please do that, okay? It's gonna help you a lot. My drains stopped after about 3 days. My husband was taking notes, because you have to take notes on how much you're draining. And after you stop draining, that's when they want you to come in. And so I think it was like 3 days after my surgery, I went in, and that's when she took him out. So right after surgery, when you get home, I have a list still. I've kept all my papers from the surgery. So the first thing they want you to do is obviously rest at home for 24 hours. They want you to get up and walk every 2 hours for 24 hours as well. Sponge bath only. They don't want you to take a shower or a bath, especially if you have the drains. They don't want you anywhere near the water. They want you to wait until you see the doctor. And I think after they took the drains out, I was able to come home and finally take a shower. Keep the bra at all times until the doctor goes in there and take the bandage and all the stuff out. Also, obviously have someone to take care of you at home, especially for the first couple of days. Take your pain medication as instructed, obviously, no aspirin, because they don't want you to bleed. And they also said to sleep elevated on your back, so that you don't get so much swelling. Keep an ice pack for the first 48 hours. I know they say to just like take some ice and put it in a Ziploc bag, but that stuff is hard, and you put in that on your breast, it hurts. So if I was you and you're about to have surgery, I would go ahead and get maybe like an ice pack, a soft gel ice pack, and have it ready to go. So like that you can just, have it ready, and when you get to the house, you can put it on. And that would be much softer on your breast than a bunch of ice together in an ice pack. That's something I didn't really agree with. Eat as tolerated. So start light, like soup or jello. I don't remember really what I ate, but I don't think I ate that much at the beginning because I was kind of nauseated from the medication. I think I just ate very little. And again, it talks about drains usually stays 48 hours to 72 hours. And that's what I did. Like I said, it was about 3 days. That's when my husband noticed that barely anything was coming out. And they took those out for me, thankfully. So here's some more post-op information. They say about wearing bras. You need to wear a bra for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you may sleep without a bra, but they want you not to go braless for 4 to 6 weeks. They don't want you just walking around. But you know what? You don't want to do that anyway. Like I remember wearing my bra literally every day, night and day, because everything was just so tender. I didn't want to take my bra off. So I kept my bras with me all the time, wear them all the time. The position, obviously, of sleeping, they want you to sleep on your back as much as possible for a week. They want you to, the stitches that they put in, from mine were like dissolvable. So they actually went away on their own. So they didn't have to take them out, praise the Lord. And then shower and bathing, like I said, it depends on if you have drains or not. Because I had drains, I couldn't right away. And then driving, I think after like a week, that's when I started driving, because I didn't want to drive before then. You know, you're moving around, and you know, when you're moving your arm, you're moving your whole chest. So I didn't want to mess with that. So I waited about a week to do that. And then as far as activities and working out or anything like that, I didn't do anything for a while. I waited like 3 months before I actually started lightly working out, because I just didn't want to pull something or pop something out of its place, you know. And I just like, yeah, I'll wait. I'll take it easy. I'll wait. I'll listen. But you know, it's a little shocking, you know, especially if you haven't, you know, seeing your breast after surgery. You know, it's a little shocking at first when you take that bandage off and you go, okay, what happened? Why did I deflate? But it will get better, okay? I had my surgery done in 2017, and I can tell you, your breast will get better. You know, I guess everybody's different, you know, depending on your skin elasticity and how big your breasts were and all these things, but it will get better. The main thing is, take it easy with your healing. Don't, you know, rush into working out. Do what they say. Start massaging when they give you the okay to massage, because that makes a huge difference in the healing process. And I have a video on that on my channel. And also, I started working out after 6 months. That's when I started actually lifting a little bit of weight. And I'm telling you, my muscles are back. I couldn't believe it, especially with my loved breast. I thought for sure my muscles would be completely gone, but they're not. They're there. And you know, my breasts are fluffier. They look so much better. They look just like they did before I had surgery the first time. You know, with just a little bit of sagginess, obviously, because I'm 47. I'm not 20 anymore. But they look good. You know, but take your time. Don't rush it, and it's going to be okay. You know, they're just breasts. They're not who you are. They're not. It's not your identity. You know, they're just part of your body, and it will be okay. So I pray that this video was encouraging to you ladies. If you have any questions, as always, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will be happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Blessings to all, and much love.